Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. And if you watch regularly, you'll know Noble Gold is one of our sponsors. They now have thousands of clients who have found the secret of gold and silver for their retirement plans here. And for the month of March, with any qualified IRA above 20K, you'll get a 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin or a 5-ounce America the Beautiful silver coin for anything over 50K. You know what to do. Call 877-646-5347 now to find out more or visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, something I need to let you know about as well is tomorrow night, I will have my very first live stream. That is right here, March 11th, 7:30 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, West Coast Time, Left Coast Time. That's where I'll be. You need to be here too. And if not, you're in the wrong damn spot. My first live stream tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. West Coast Time. Also, you can find me Spotify, Rumble, Recoil TV. Get all Green Gear 20% off, promo code 1984. Before I get started, let me give a shout out to my man Randall at freedomlubricant.com. It's lubricant for car parts and engines, you perverts. Or, like my freshman PE teacher, Mr. Ferreira, used to call us, you preverts. Get your minds out of the gutter. Go see that man's website, freedomlubricant.com. So there's this thing going on in Florida, and it's one of those things that shouldn't even need to be discussed out loud. It's one of those things where you just go, no shit. Why are we talking about this? Why are we not taking care of more important things? Didn't even know this was something that was worthy of discussion. But in this crazy ass world that we live in, it is. Okay? So there's this bill in Florida that is going to be written into law because it's going to be on the governor's desk, probably the greatest governor in American history, Mr. Ron DeSantis. Florida, you might have to let us borrow him for 4 years or 8. So there's this bill, and it's known as the Don't Say Gay bill. Okay. Now, when I first saw it, I was like, what is this? You can't even say it now? But it's actually deeper than that. So, again, remember, this is under the category of we shouldn't even need to talk about this. But here we go. So in this bill, it bars schools under penalty of lawsuit from parents from discussing things of a sexual nature, i.e., your sexual preference, LGBT alphabet soup group propaganda, Ku Klux Trans propaganda. They have to keep that out of the classroom, and if they don't, the parents can sue them in the school district. So, hold on. We needed to make a bill about this, and guess what, guys? This is for grades, grades K through 3. So there was such a need that in Florida, they had to write a bill that says you can't discuss things of a sexual nature around children from grades K through 3. That K is for kindergarten, 5-year-olds, up to 3rd grade. What's that, 8-year-olds? Maybe a few 9-year-olds in there? Hey, teachers, you don't need to talk about that shit. Just think for a second what you were thinking about between the ages of 5 and 9 years old. You didn't know shit about no sexual orientation, sexuality, gender, genitals, none of that. It didn't even enter your realm of thought, and if you did, it was quickly dismissed because you don't know what the fuck it is. Because you're 5, 6, 7, 8, and maybe 9 years old. What the did this need to be discussed? What's next? Do we need to make a bill that says you can't go around kicking kittens and puppies in the face? Do we need that? Who's doing that? Bring the people to the public square who are kicking kittens and puppies in the face, and us as a collective group, as a society, we will stomp on them until they are unrecognizable. Who needed to hear that? Is it so? Who is teaching kids about this? First of all, who thinks that kids need to be taught about this, that this needs to be discussed with small children? You will never be more innocent than you are between the grades of kindergarten and third grade. I remember when I was in third grade, I'm trying to tell you a story. When I was in third grade, shout out to Mrs. Bigby. And to be honest, I don't know if Mrs. Bigby is even alive, because she had to be in her early 60s, late 50s at the most, back in 1988. So shout out to her. She was a great teacher. But I remember it must have been like, it might have been the last day of school before summer or something, or the last day before Christmas break, something like that, because we were just watching a movie all day long. And I remember we watched E.T., and they said shit in E.T. in the class. Well, they said the whole class was like, little giggles and shit from hearing the word shit. That shows you the level of innocence in a child's mind in third grade. So why would you start talking about sexual preferences or sexuality or their bodies at that time? And here is a novel idea, because I'm glad I'm sitting down, because when I say this, even if I say it to myself, I still might pass out. But here's a crazy idea. Let the parents talk to them about shit like that. What do you think of that? Don't you think that's a little heavy for the school, for the classroom at that age? Let the parents handle that shit. Let the parents talk to them about their bodies or how they. What do you mean how sexual? What? You aren't sexual at that age. I don't think any kid between the grades of kindergarten and third grade are struggling with their sexuality. You have none. And if that's something that's in your mind, that was probably introduced during a fucked up home life. That has no place at school. And if teachers, if you notice a little kid having problems like that, you need to take that kid aside and speak to their parents and handle that privately. That does not need to be in the curriculum for the upcoming school year. These children aren't sexual beings, so don't talk to them about sexuality. They already know about gender. I'm a little boy, she's a little girl. Case closed. That's as far as the road goes when it comes to gender or sexuality or your body when you're talking about kids that damn young. They don't need to know about that. Like I've said before, it is up to us. Not only do you protect a child's physical being, you protect their innocence. They're not going to have that shit very long. Pretty soon life is going to get a hold of that and go, innocence? Here. Let me shit all over that, kid. Your childhood is gone. So it's also our responsibility to protect their innocence and keep them away from things this damn heavy. Sexuality, LGBT, what the fuck are you talking about? Colors, shapes, animals, nature, right there. Talk about healthy snacks and shit. You know, innocent kids stuff. Innocent. Kids are still watching Barney and Paw Patrol. Man, get that shit out of here. These people are absolutely disgusting to the point where they had to write and pass a bill about it. Hey, do me a favor. Floridians, when you guys leave Florida, make sure before you cross that magical line known as your state border, reach down and get a big old scoop of that Florida, okay? Put it in your pocket. And as you go across the United States, sprinkle a little Florida on it. We can use a few million metric tons of Florida out here on the West Coast. Let this mindset spread. Let other governors and other state senates and shit come up with bills like this to stop it. As ridiculous as it may be, it needs to be stopped. Who is teaching this shit to kids between the ages of 5 and 9? Perverts. That's who. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.